We're here with Jake Roos of UGAsports.com and the Rivals Network at Dawg Night. Jake, first, just what have you seen so far in the early portion of Dawg Night, and what can we expect at in the nighttime portion?
I think the biggest thing that we've seen so far is just how star-studded this is going to be. Even for this early session, I mean, you're talking about 2018, 2019, 2020 guys mostly working out right now, but that hasn't stopped the big-name recruits from coming in. We've seen a ton of guys already, 4 stars all over the place. 5-star Derek Brown, 5-star Marlon Davidson. So the stars are really coming out, and I think that that's only going to obviously grow as the night goes on. It should be a loaded field this evening.
Yeah, Derek Brown in particular, how excited do you think the UGA coaching staff is to get a good look at him today, and what are their chances at this time?
You know, a lot of people aren't really sure about Derek, and he seems to be playing the game a little bit. I think people are pretty comfortable with Derek standing with Georgia. I think coaches are pretty comfortable with their standing with him. They've got to be excited about getting him out here, getting him involved, and being around all these guys, these commits, and these 2017 guys as well. Sort of bringing it all together. I think that he's going to be a big factor.
Yeah. So in terms of some of the guys maybe that you were looking forward to see that aren't the big names, like Derek Brown or Jacob Eason, who are they? What have you seen from them? And what do you think that down the road they can accomplish this year?
It's been a little light with the morning session. One of the big guys that I've kept my eye on is 2018 University High. It's a Florida school, running back Lorenzo Lingard. Kid's probably destined for at least 4 stars, maybe 5 before all said and done. He's like 6'1", 200 pounds already. He's an absolute stud. And, I think that he's had a really fine showing out here in the morning session where they were measuring 40s. Coaches just let him run last, and everybody kind of stood around and watched him. So he's a guy that I'm really keeping eyes on down the road. I think Georgia's getting a good standing with him. Florida State's going to be a big player, but those seem to be the 2 that he's looking at right now.
Yeah, DeMatha up in Hyattsville, Maryland, has Anthony McFarland, Daryl Turner out here today. What have you seen from them on tape, and what have you heard in terms of the latest with their recruitments?
McFarland's a very special athlete. I think that he's a kid who's going to only up his stock, which is tough to say because he's already a top 50 guy in the nation. He's got a lot of speed, excellent cuts, and he's been very high on Georgia. No one can seem to really figure out exactly why. Nobody can seem to put their finger on it, but he seems to like what the Bulldogs have to offer, and so I think that they've got to be excited about getting him down here tonight. He's a guy that it wouldn't surprise me if he went ahead and pulled just because of what we've heard. He could commit. I think he'll wait a little bit longer because he's just got such a great list. Turner's a Maryland commit, but it was interesting to see him down here. Not a name we were expecting to see, but having him down here, also I think there's probably 2 or 3 more DeMatha kids that are going to be showing up for this night session. So, big contingent out of Maryland, and Georgia's got to love making that footprint up in that area of the country.
Mm-hmm. And obviously the big name coming down is Jacob Eason. What will he, based on what you've seen on his high school film, what will he do for this program in the next 4 to 5 years? And also, how big is it that he's going to stick around and try to recruit some of these other guys, in the area, as reported earlier this week?
I think that I'll start with that because I think that's the most important thing about Eason. Having that franchise quarterback, so to speak, in town, recruiting guys, especially wide receivers, which is going to be a big need for this class. Georgia really wants to up that. I think that having him here just can't be understated. I think what he's going to bring to this program is a ton of stability at that quarterback position. 2015 is sort of an up-in-the-air year. You're not sure if it's going to be Grayson Lambert, Bryce Ramsey, etc. So I think that Eason's going to really solidify those questions once he gets here. He's got the big arm. He can move very well. And you can't understate what the kid could bring to any program. And Georgia especially is going to be excited to get him in house.